Today's gospel lesson is from Matthew 15, verses 10 through 20. There's a famous saying that goes, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." Who said this famous quote? Jesus. And it means you can kind of tell what a person is all about if you listen closely to the things they say. If someone is always saying things that are rude and hurtful, they're probably not a very nice person. If someone is always saying things that are kind and helpful, then it's pretty likely that they are going to be a nice person. So the things that people say and do help to show who they really are on the inside. A mean person might pretend to be nice and fool some people, but they can't fool God. God can look right at their heart and know exactly who they are. So it's important that we look at our heart too and say, is this a heart that wants to say yes to God? One of my favorite memory verses is 2 Chronicles 16, verse 9, which says, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him." It means that God is ready to help those who are ready to say yes to him. And the word perfect there doesn't mean someone that never makes any mistakes, but think of it more like perfect soil, not rocky soil, not soil full of weeds, but good soil, someone that's ready to say yes to God. Well, there was a time when Jesus was with his disciples, and the disciples were eating, and there were some people from the church there watching very closely. They were called the Pharisees, and they were always watching to make sure that everyone followed the rules. And they told Jesus that the disciples were breaking the rules because they didn't wash their hands the right way. The Pharisees had a special way of washing hands that they believed would wash the evil spirits from their fingertips. They thought that if the disciples didn't do that, then the evil spirits would get into their mouths and into their body and make them bad people or defile them. So Jesus said, it's not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth. This defiles a person. Jesus said this because he heard some pretty bad things come from the Pharisees' mouths. They had said things that made it clear that their heart was not ready to say yes to God. They said that Jesus got his power to heal people from the devil. We know that's not true. Someone who says something like that doesn't sound like the good seed on the good soil, does it? That's not the good seed that bears good fruit. That's the bad seed planted by the enemy. So Jesus said, every plant that my heavenly Father has not planted will be rooted up. So we should always ask ourselves, is my heart ready to say yes to God? For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him.
God be gracious to us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us, that thy way may be known on the earth, thy salvation among all the nations. Let the people praise you, O God. Let all the people praise you, O God. that thy way may be known on the earth, thy salvation among all the nations, that the people